Then with our special meeting for July the 8th, the Guthrie-Edmond Regional Airport Board regular meeting will come to order. And with that, we'll start with the public comments portion of our agenda, which we have no one signed up for. Thank you, Hayden.
If you don't mind, I don't know that we're not on the list, but I'll just say that new tanks installed. We're waiting on electrical and some concrete work that we're working with Hayden on to get that going. So we're super excited to have a full functioning Jet A tank here pretty soon. And last 2 months we've been on highest gallons sold 1 month right after the other. So thanks for rocking and rolling here at the FBO.
Oh, that's
Love that. Yeah.
Wow, thanks for the
We're
update.
waiting for it to level off eventually, but you know, we'll hit 2 or 3 months where we're like, okay, these are great months, we're doing good, and then all of a sudden we bump up a few more gallons. So we'll see, time will tell.
You know where the traffic's coming from?
Little good mixed bag. Flag Academy, base tenants, as well as transients. People coming into town to do business in Edmond, and our regular charters that are coming in and out of here.
What kind of business are they doing? Do you know?
The Oklahoma City Standard, real estate, oil and gas. Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And that's a great update. Thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Okay, well, we'll move into the agenda, which would be number 3, discussion and consideration, possible action to approve the minutes from our meeting from June the 10th.
Move approval of the minutes.
Second.
Been moved to approve. Second.
Second.
Moved in second. Those in favor? Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Motion passes. Item number 4 is discussion and consideration possible action for the approval of the financial for the same month.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 5 would be the discussion and consideration possible action to authorize the Guthrie-Edmond Regional Airport to trade a 2009 John Deere tractor to the Guthrie Public Works Department in return for fiscal year 26 budgeted capital outlay funds for a mower in the amount of $16,000.
They just sold this tractor to Guthrie Public Works. Is that what's happening?
So, well, I'm gonna provide a little bit more background, but essentially it's a swap out. So we have a 2009 John Deere tractor that was purchased back in 2010 for $24,711. While it was needed at the time in 2013, we purchased a bigger tractor with a cab. At the same time we purchased that tractor, we shortly thereafter purchased 2 mowers. Since then, one of them began to have significant engine and mower deck issues. So we replaced it last year with a budgeted line item in our capital outlay account for the line item was $16,000. We bought the mower for a little bit less. The other mower has begun to show signs of the same wear and tear. So we have looked to put extra monies in the budget for a $16,000 mower. However, our airport operations staff coordinated with Public Works to trade their annual budgeted amount for the mower for the 2009 tractor that we purchased over a decade ago. We've looked at upfitting its 5-foot finish mower with a 15-foot finish mower, but the cost difference associated with that expense was negligible compared to just buying another mower outright. We also have only used that tractor once in the past 2 years that I've been here. The majority of our work is with the mower. It's not with the tractor. It's also important to remember that when we purchased that mower back in 2010, we didn't have the same hay lease contract that we have now. Now, today we have the hay baler, Mike Smith, will come and do all of the grass management for us over numerous amount of acres around the airport. So we no longer have that need. It's just sitting out there, not used. Our Public Works Department does have the need for it. And so this is a swap that was agreed upon between my department and the Guthrie Public Works Department. The reason it's brought to you all is that one the amount it is, but the expense was originally paid. Half of it was paid by the city of Edmond. And so we'll be trading the city of Edmond asset for essentially the capital outlay fund amount for the $16,000 for the mower that Public Works typically uses. And so that's the request in front of you today.
Okay, so if I get this straight, you're selling the mower to Guthrie for $16,000 or the tractor for $16,000 and you're using that to buy a mower. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so basically you're trading a tractor for a mower when this is all done. So the fact that half of it's Guthrie, half of it's Edmond is sort of irrelevant because you're gonna end up with an asset that you don't use, trading for one that you will use.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
If memory serves me, that tractor was donated to the airport.
Donated.
Was not bought, paid for by either city.
That was not what we had our city clerk go back and look at the purchasing records. And I was told that originally Edmond had Edmond had even upfronted the cost for the mower. And then we ended up paying Edmond actually back. It was kind of a reverse of our normal Edmond billing process.
Yeah.
We paid Edmond back for half of the mower. And so I have documentation that shows that we purchased that mower in 2009. Now the tractor that does have the cab, the newer, bigger tractor that we will still keep and we do regularly use, that one I think was purchased with FAA grant funds. I don't think that was donated either.
Okay. And then that'll include the batwing mower.
That's not a big one, right? That's on the one with the cab, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're giving them a tractor, you're not giving them any implements.
The tractor, I think the 5-foot batwing that's with the tractor will be sent to Public Works as well. So we have no need.
You mean the one off the big tractor?
No, that brush hog,
Yeah.
5-foot brush hog.
Yeah.
Not the
No,
Batwing.
not the Batwing.
Not the Batwing.
Batwing's on the big cab tractor.
Right.
You're talking about a brush hog on the little.
Yes,
tractor, right?
yes, that'll be transferred over. to
Yeah.
Public.
Okay.
So the brush hog goes, but the batwing stays with the picture.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the value? What's the used value for the 2009?
You know,
You're probably right in that
That's right.
ballpark span. I mean, new, when you could buy those tractors new for 24 grand, I wish we could buy them new today for that.
Yeah.
The reality is, and the thing Katie kind of touched on, but didn't go far enough in it. So those tractors are great in big open spaces. And now we're at a point where we're doing so much finish mowing. You know, even if you had a finish mower attachment, the tractor is not as easy to maneuver as a zero turn. So that's our goal, is to put a zero turn on the ground that will be an airport asset. So it will be yours. But the tractor has no value, or let me back up, has more value in the Public Works Department or the Parks Department, where we can mow right of ways and empty fields. No elevation changes, etc.
Makes sense.
I would move approval of action to authorize the Guthrie-Edmond Regional Airport to trade the 2009 John Deere tractor to Guthrie Public Works in return for budget to capital outlay funds for a mower in the amount of $16,000.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor? Those opposed? Motion passes. Number 6 be consideration, discussion, possible action. Approve the amendment number 10, owner engineer agreement with Park Hill for the construction of the perimeter fence and gates.
this item is approval of contract amendment. You may notice this says amendment number 10 instead of amendment number 1, even though we have a new master services agreement. This is because the survey and design for the fence that was done earlier this year was on the last agreement, and splitting them up causes some headaches during the grant process. These costs will be a 95/5 match for the cities. So even though I'm asking you to recommend approval of this construction contract, just know the local match will be much less. Will end up being 2.5% for both cities. You may also say, Caden, 58,000 for RPR is very high, and I would say I am in absolute agreement with you. But that is something that the FAA and state would both require for this project. And as I mentioned, we'll be paying $1,825 for this contract per city. And so given that they're going to be paying so much for it, we're either take it or leave it. No negotiation with the FAA.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7 will be discussion, consideration, and possible action. Recommend the city of Guthrie bids award bid to Stuber Dirt Works LLC, subject to the receipt of FAA grants in the amount of $261,407.
A public notice was published in the Guthrie News Leader on May 28th and June 4th to solicit bids for this project. 11 contractors originally obtained the bid packet and were in attendance at the mandatory pre-bid meeting held here on June 10th. 5 sealed bids were received and read aloud on June 18th in the council chambers. The apparent low bidder was actually Loman Fencing in the amount of $255,390. However, upon further notice, discrepancies were found in numerous areas of their bid response. I've included in your packet the engineer's recommendation letter from Toby at Park Hill and the supporting documents for more information on their discrepancies and why we're going to request today to go with the second low bidder, Stuver Dirt Works, with a valid bid in the amount of $261,407. Their bid is in order and they have documented experience with and satisfactory performance in the type of work bid. Park Hill recommends the contract be awarded and subject to the receipt of FAA grants. After this body approves it, it will go to City Council, where this item will be taken to the council and they will accept a resolution accepting the grant as well. There were alternates associated with this bid proposal. This contract amount, in addition to the engineering and design costs, meaning that the total project cost for this is $291,407. If you remember what I said earlier, we were attempting to use our AIG funds, $295,000 a year. We hit right around in that mark where we need to be.
So this item is for the fence work, because the item here doesn't say anything about that. It might be helpful for people in the future to come back and read this and say, why are you giving $261,000 to this dirt works guy? What's he doing? Why are you doing dirt work? For what? Follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
We'll add that to the agenda process. Having the bid number on there is normally how we reference it just internally, but adding the project description is that's not a problem. Something we can do real easy.
Just something that says for the upcoming fencing project or something like that, just so you tie it to what the work is.
Right.
Because Joe Bag of Donuts reading that right there, they won't have a clue what that means.
Agreed. I think that's good.
Is this a local company?
I believe it says it in there. I can't remember what city in Oklahoma Stuber Dirt Works is out of. I want to say Enid, but I don't think it's
Local.
Not far.
What part of the fence are they removing?
They're removing some barbed wire fencing that's on the access road where old industrial used to cross across the runway. They're going to replace that with the material that we've decided on.
All right. Additional comments, questions? Entertain a motion.
I have moved that the recommend the city council to award bid 2025-06 to Stuber Dirt Works LLC, subject to the receipt of the FAA grants in the amount $261,407.
Second.
Moved and seconded to accept this as written. Those in favor? Those opposed? 7 passes. The airport director's report is number 8.
Yeah, I'll try and keep this short. I'll just include some of the general highlights I wanted to share. The flights have continued to be postponed, unfortunately, for the summer flight camp that we held in late May. The EAA chapters are having a hard time getting volunteers because of first it was the Air Force show recently, and then Oshkosh as well. They're having a hard time getting them. They have recommended to parents that they go to Sundance and do it because they have regular fly-ins there that they can accommodate. I'm currently working on a good date to distribute that to the parents that have registered their kids. But they understood from the onset that this is going to be a moving target. New parking lot curbs have been installed outside the terminal. We're waiting on one. Staff has submitted the 2025 Aero Education Grant to the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics to formally receive funding from the program. Major update, the joint city council meeting between Guthrie and Edmond has been tentatively scheduled for Friday, September 12th at the Meridian Technology Center here in Guthrie. I'll send out more information about that the closer it gets. The first half of the morning will consist of the meeting as well as a presentation from Director Grayson Arties with the ODAA. And then they'll come out to the airport at around 11 and take some flights around the area. So we've had some volunteer pilots that are able to do that. And with that, our next meeting is scheduled to take place on August 12th at 3:30. So unless there is any final questions or concerns, I'm ready to move forward to the comment period.
Thank you. All right then. Now we're to our comments and suggestions from the board members so far. Mr. Walsh.
Well, excited about the upcoming EAA Air Venture. Wish I was going this year, but I'm excited to hear notes about that from anybody that'll be attending. And other than that, Caden, I continue to be impressed by the job you're doing for us, and I thank you for your service. Thank you. So,
Thank you. Brett,
I have nothing, thank you. I appreciate it.
how about you, Walt?
I'll echo Brian's comments. You're doing a great job and I appreciate it. I do have one beef,
Just one, well,
just for now.
that means we're doing good.
It's a curious thing to me that the website cannot get updated. And I don't need my name to be out there, but I think we're giving bad information to the public. The website, I've been on the board now for over a year, and my name is still listed as Colleen Golightly. I'm not her. She might have done well.
Colleen was the Guthrie representative, so
Okay,
I don't think you're.
She's not here and I am.
So I'm called.
No.
Yeah.
So you're calling, you're calling.
Right.
This is Colleen.
Okay, so my point is,
yeah, updated.
Well, can I jump in for a second?
sure,
I hear you 100%. I've shared the same frustration because we've even got Crabtree listed on the airport website.
Indeed.
And that website is so old, we can't find anybody, one, that can access it, two, that knows how to update it. So through the budget process, we put money in the budget to update that website as well as the city's website all together in conjunction. We've got some ADA requirements that have come down the pike for the website. So we've got to update our website and we're gonna try to put them all at the same time. That is coming soon.
There's a guy that used to work for Crabtree named Jason Cotton, I think, built that.
That's good enough. Jason
Yeah,
Hoffman.
That's the guy.
That's great. Maybe we can get in there and get it
I
up.
don't know where he's at. I hadn't seen him. Well, he's still around. I've seen him a year or two ago.
Okay. Does anybody have a contact for him? Hey,
I think I still have his card. I'll look and see. Yeah.
if you could get that to Caden or ask Glenn or something, that'd be great.
That'd be the only guy. I'm pretty sure he's the one.
I did.
That's good.
But we're still going to budget for it for next year to be completely overhauled and ready to flip. So
I don't normally get cranky, but this is like the second or third time that I've asked about this. So I'm getting cranky about it. Not that that really matters,
Well,
but I sure like to see it fixed.
it's understandable and
I can tell you as a business owner who has a legacy website that's out of date, like finding somebody to do the work is it's really hard. I mean, I've gone through 3 different webmasters who said that they could, deal with the legacy system and just can't. So it is a challenge right now.
Yeah.
worst case scenario, like if we can't get a hold of this individual, build a whole new website and launch it. So it is something, I hear you, I'm sorry, we should have been a little sooner. No excuse, but there's a lot of moving pieces and we'll make sure this gets.
Roger that.
So for the record, you are Tom Robbins and you are Colleen Colette. So Colleen, you have any pictures of me?
I don't think Tom ever made it on. I don't think he ever.
That's kind of a persona non grata. What do you think?
Thank you.
Okay, Colleen. Stanley, what do you think? No comment. Okay, well, I didn't. Done another wonderful job, and I kept telling you how pertinent all this stuff is to. We're finally, after all these years, in a position really to go forward, and I think Billy hit the nail on the head. It just took that long to get this thing to gel, so we've got the right group here, and I so appreciate everybody's time. This is a volunteer organization, and it does require time, and more than anything else, in our last meeting with our new city manager and new mayor, they understand that just the average guy on the street should not be on this board. We've got a lot of boards and commissions down there, but and they're very complimentary to what we're doing and how we're doing it. So that belongs to you. So FYI, entertain a move to adjourn.
No,
Moved and seconded.
Yep.
Okay.